2 more pre-finals to go before we hit the lunch break. We head into DD2. One non-starter on the grid will be Mariusz Nowicki from Poland. So we'll have 31 drivers competing. Let's show you the starting grid. So Martin van Leeuwen will start on pole position ahead of Ragnar Virus from Estonia. That's the front row. Row 2, Latvia's Patrick Nolslock-Melis. Alongside will be Lucas Hartmann. Then Matthias Jere Jacobsen and Bendit Sabo, representing Denmark and Hungary, will be on row 3. It's an all-Belgian row 4, Maxime Dirix in the 499 and the 406 was on the Schriblak. Completing the top 10, it is Ville Viljainen and Finn Stiak. Finland and Germany, respectively. Reese Hunter starts 11th alongside Germany's Dennis Thiem. And it's Lawrence Seyfried and Devin Sigardi, row number 7. Kasper Siedmetkovski and Jose Barros from Poland and Portugal round out row 8. Tino Egersov, Matis Malinovskis, Karl Borgard, Kirin Gehal round out the top 20. Then it's Gregorio Bartoko, Justus Pangonis, Andreas Zinkevicius, Jaro Dekkers, Adrian Brunonosa, Vidal, Nick Kuppens, Stig Rihold, Yannick Herman, Lucas Bernot from Canada, Jan Frost from Poland, and Chinese Taipei's Ethan Ho rounding out the 31-strong grid. Mariusz Nowicki not starting. It's really quite funny. I think some drivers have a case of mistaken identity. Tom Bracken thinks he's Stan Pex, and Rick, Martin van Leeuwen thinks he's Rick Driesen. Because there's anyone might notice on the back of their race overalls, it's not their actual name that's on them, it's somebody else's. But there we go. But it's going to be the 2 on the front row. The Netherlands and Estonia represented. They will be the ones controlling what's going on. And the mind games have started already, courtesy of our pole sitter. And now this is where it has to slow to a crawl. Right then, DD2 pre-final. We go into the tram lines. Revs rise, are we ready? We're lights out and off and away. Who's going to get to the turn 1 first? It's going to be our pole sitter. And the 412 goes through, and there has been a bit of calamity. There's multiple carts involved, spearing left and right. 2 drivers interconnected, one being turned 180. And 2 of the drivers, the 434. That is Karl Borgard, and the 448 of Tino Egersov. I'm wondering, am I hearing a loud exhaust? That's one of the things I'm wondering. And Loch Melis has decided to spring a surprise. And I'm wondering if that is the 405 or the 414 that has got a noisy exhaust there. So that will be pulled through mechanical straight away. But at the front of the field, the top 2 are leading. And the gap is a bit substantial, probably a little bit more substantial than Ragnar Virus actually wanted. And it was 82 thousandths. Heats day is one thing, finals day is something completely different. As across the line after lap 1, and it was the 404 that has just come into pit lane. And that was Siedmetkovski from Poland. But Martin van Leeuwen is being chased down by Latvia's Patrick Nolslock-Melis, and behind the train, it's the Ragnar Virus train. He's leading it all. And he's currently in 3rd. He's pulling away from Jere Jacobsen from Denmark. Now he's got to start putting in some wrench time behind that wheel. A little bit further back, behind Jere Jacobsen, it's all kicking off. I think Schriblak and Dirix have gotten up into 5th and 6th, respectively. Viljainen's trying to throw his weight around the place. And now he's behind Schriblak. Then it's Reese Hunter. Lucas Hartmann, Laurent Seyfried rounds out the top 10. Bennett Sabo, Andreas Sinkevicius up into 12th ahead of Finn Stiak. Adrian Bruno Nossa Vidal, Gregorio Bertocco completes the top 15. Yesterday, I was wondering whether there was going to be someone that was going to challenge the man that did the clean sweep yesterday. And there has been a challenger that has quite quickly emerged. And Patrick Knowles-Lockmellis has answered the call, and he was right behind Van Leeuwen going into turn 1. And that just goes to show a little bit further behind, we have got quite a few drivers trying to make up positions. Wondering if Maxime Dedix is trying to get the switch back on Jere Jakobsen. And Dedix is up the inside, through into turn 1, gets there before they even hit the apex. Neatly done by the Belgian, and Sander Schriblak is waiting for his opportunity to get past. And Schriblak does so through the very next left-hander. And now everything is concertinaing. Reese Hunter trying to go, oh, he's mounted the curves, trying to go up the inside of Ville Villelainen of all people. And all I'm going to say is DJ Liveris found that out very, very quickly in Adria a couple of years back. And he's been posting on Instagram, should I come back to race? And I've already told him, yes, you should. Reese Hunter ahead of Lucas Hartmann and Laurent Seyfried. They round out the top 10 as things stand at the moment. But Lockmellis is keeping within 2.5 tenths of a second of Van Leeuwen at the moment. Down the main straightaway, hurtle these carts at breakneck speed. And Schriblak has got past Jere Jakobsen. Now we'll start chasing down Dedix in 4th place. Ragnar Vera still holding station in 3rd position as things stand, with 9 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock to go. Jere Jakobsen has got a little bit of breathing space between himself and teammate Ville Villelainen, as Schriblak is now going to start pushing. Dedix has been catching Ragnar Virus, and last time was exactly 1/4 of a second quicker, and he's in the wheel tracks of the Estonian. Across the line they go once again. We're on to lap number 6 with 8 minutes and 40 plus a lap to go. Lucas Hartmann has got past Reese Hunter. That is for 8th position. Bendit Sabo is just behind, the 4.96 from Hungary. Andreas Sinkevicius now up into 11th as Laurent Seyfried now completing the top 12 drivers. Unfortunately, Ethan Ho from Chinese Taipei has retired after just a single lap around the circuit. And I'll be completely honest here, we've seen a bit of a development in the mid-pack, because someone, through all that melee, made it through and is now up into 16th place. Canada's Lucas Bernot is moving up the order and is setting personal best, and is within 3.5 tenths of a second of Finn Stiak, as we're just over 30 seconds away from hitting the halfway point of the race. So they filter their way along the straight. And there is Kylian Gerhardt being followed by the 4.39 of Finn Stiak. Not too far behind. I'm just keeping my eyes. I think that's a battle between Gregorio Bertocco and Lucas Pernaut from Canada. So they've been swapping positions. Shriblack hasn't been able to close the gap on Maxime Dirix, which has expanded to just under 1.6 seconds as we're less than 6.5 minutes to go of the DD2 pre-final here at the Rotax Max Challenge Winter Cup for 2022. Reese Hunter staying ahead of Lucas Hartmann, having got the position back. And now the gap has started expanding between the top two. Van Leeuwen has now gotten away, and has gotten away quickly. Gap was nearly a second after we completed lap number 7 of the race. There is the gap. Ragnar Virus, in the meantime, is starting putting in the hot laps. 1 minute 4, well, it's 1 minute 2.505. He's closed the gap between himself and Patrick Snolslock-Mellis to just over 8 tenths. As Shriblack in 5th is being pressurized by Mathias Jere Jakobsen from Denmark. Ville Villainen is in tow now as well. Reese Hunter's about 8 tenths behind this battle as they go their way down the hill. So a three-way scrap. We're into the last 5 minutes. And there goes Jere Jakobsen. Oh, Shriblack is going to try and plant it, and that opens the door for Villainen. Shriblack keeps it pinned round the outside. I still remember when he did that absolutely spectacular move down the end of the Europolon on Sebastian de Grand, pulled it round the outside. But here we go, more switches of position, and Shriblack is ahead of both RS competition carts, and whilst they've been squabbling as they pull to the inside for the Jere Jakobsen and Shriblack, Reese Hunter is now pretty much with them. He's about a couple of kart lengths away from Ville Villainen. So now this becomes a four-way scrap for 5th position on the road. This will be the inside of row number 3. And the inside line going into turn 1 seems to give a distinct advantage, which is why a lot of the times you've seen the drivers pull to the right the minute they're able to break formation. We still have to keep an eye on this battle here, because it could be one of these 4 drivers. As, oh, there we go, Jere Jakobsen up the inside. Shriblack gets the switch back, can't get through. Well, that puts him straight into the path of Ville Villainen. Villainen tries to take advantage. Shriblack goes and he defends and then fires it up the inside at the same time, and then gets the switch back done on him. Oh my goodness, this is close quarter. This is what you want in terms of racing. The drivers are putting it all on the line. Jere Jakobsen drifts wide. Oh, back end trips out sideways to the left, and all of a sudden Shriblack up the inside, keeps it pinned, and Jere Jakobsen quickly gets in front of teammate Ville Villainen with millimetres to spare between front and rear bumper. That is on the limit right there. Into the last 3 minutes we go. And Shriblack hopefully might be able to start getting away into the distance. Looks over his left shoulder. Sees Jere Jakobsen. There's Villainen. There's Hartmann. There's also the 496 of Bendit Sabo. So 29 of the 31 starters still running. As Van Leeuwen continues to lead and is extending that gap over Lock-Mellis to the tune now of nearly 1.85 seconds. Shriblack goes defensive into turn 1, ahead of Jere Jakobsen, who is looking to put it up the inside of the Belgian. Unfortunately, no room there at the end, I'm afraid. Shriblack using the outer part of his peripheral vision to anticipate what Jere Jakobsen's going to do. He's able to counteract it. Shriblack moving along. Nearly a window of opportunity there for Vili-Villainen through the hairpin. Now into the next right, onto the back straightaway. Triplak is the one that's being hunted. Jette Jakobsen is one of the many hunters behind, and he goes defensive. That nearly opened the door for Reese Hunter to get up the inside of Vili-Villainen because it concertinaed everything into the braking zone. And now here we go. Lucas Hartmann, Bendit Sabo is there. Triplak goes defensive immediately on the start-finish straight heading into turn number 1. So Triplak keeping it well pinned, not allowing any one of the 3 to 6 drivers that might be behind him right now, because that train is quite considerably expanding. Well, it's getting closer together, expanding in terms of numbers, but closing together in terms of proximity. So 45 seconds on the clock remain, and our leader is hurtling his way down the back straight towards the second from last corner. And also has set the fastest lap of the race, 102.270. So going on to the penultimate lap, lap 14 out of 15. And still things are undecided in the battle for 5th, and Triplak still leads it. Triplak going ultra defensive. Reese Hunter really getting himself stuck in. He nearly went on the back bumper of Jette Jakobsen. But now the timer has expired. As they head onto mid-straight, the middle straight in the middle of the circuit, into the left-hand hairpin. So now that's given an opportunity for Reese Hunter to maybe even go for as high as 5th. And that will put him on the inside of row number 3. Our leader now will start the final lap. It's 1,580 metres, separating a continuation of a 100% success rate for the Netherlands. Martin van Leeuwen, the current reigning and defending DD2 Grand Finals champion of all people. Through they go. The train has expanded even further still in terms of numbers. Leader now making his way down the hill through the right-hand sweeper of this battle with regards to Triplak, Jette Jakobsen, Hunter, Villainen, Gehan now there, Szabo now there, Hartmann now there. But Tolko could be in the mix too, but time is fast running out because this is the final lap of the race. Come down the straight on the middle part of the circuit as the leader now goes down the back straightaway for the final time. But heading into this afternoon, one driver above all stands on high, and it's Martin van Leeuwen from the Netherlands. Takes the checkered flag convincingly with another dominant performance. 2.681 seconds ahead of Patrick Snolslok-Mellis from Latvia. And look at this. Oh, Reese Hunter's going to try and out-drag Zana Triplak across the line. Oh, he nearly got it. He went to the outside and put the hammer down whilst everyone was squabbling away like a pack of children. Absolutely brilliantly timed by Reese Hunter to take 6th place behind Maxime Dirks in 4th and Zana Triplak in 5th. Then we had Vili-Villainen in 7th, Kilian Gerhard rounded out the top 8, ahead of Matthias Jette Jakobsen, Bendit Sabo in 10th, ahead of Gregorio Pertoko, and Andries Sinkevicius, Lawrence Seifried, Lucas Pernod, Lucas Hartmann rounding out the top 15, Finch Diak, Devin Sagardi, Adrian Prunonosa Vidal, Jose Barros, Yannick Hermann, Nick Coppens, Justus Pangonis, Dennis Thiem, Stigri Hilt, Matis Malinovskis. Then we had Carl Borgaard, Jaro Dekkers, Jan Frost, and Tino Egersov from Denmark rounding out the 29 that finished the race. Ethan Ho unfortunately retired on lap 2, and Kasper Sitnikovsky retiring on the very first lap with Marius Nowicki a non-starter.